Alright, so updates. This girl finally stopped laying. She had some complications, but she is okay. She had 4 eggs that were stuck in her, kind of stuck. And I basically treated it as you would treat hard belly in a ball python, a baby ball python. I soaked her for a little bit in some warm water, and I gently massaged the eggs down and out. I don't know why they were even stuck. They came out no problem. The 4 eggs she had left in her were no good. So, I mean, as you can see, she's healthy and active. I have to give her a meal soon. So, she had altogether something like 14 or 16 eggs. I stopped counting the slugs, so, alright. And then the eggs. As far as eggs in incubator go, this thing is going because of that. The fan vibrates the plexiglass unless I put something on there. It seems to hold temp pretty well, but I just don't like it. So, in my basement currently is another cooler like this with plexiglass on the front but no heater. I'm going to be putting a heating pad in the bottom of it, putting some grate in there, you know, light grating, and hooking it up to the VE200 I have over there. I just trust it more. There are 8 eggs in there that are still good. There's 5 off to the side that are gone bad. They were just kind of a yellowish color. Yeah, see? It sucks. So, the 8 on the left are still good though. So, once the new incubator is up to temp, I will be... It's just a bottle of red wine vinegar I'm using to like counterweight the damn fan, because I sleep right next to this thing. So, once the new incubator is up to temp, I'm going to take those bad eggs out of there, transfer them, so that they're in another box and in the good incubator. I'm still hoping these girls will go. I put boxes in there so they get used to them. They've been spending time in the boxes, but I think they just like digging around. So, I haven't witnessed any locks with these girls, nor have any of them shed or anything. Although she hasn't eaten in a while and she looks like she's getting a little swollen. Let's see. I don't really think anything is going to happen with these girls as far as egg binding or getting stuck goes, because they are huge girls. I mean, each one of these girls is closer to 400. She was closer to 300. She's probably around 250 now, but these girls are closer to 400, 450. They're big girls. So, also, I took my head anery, put her in a bigger box, because she was starting to get a little too big for this box. This girl took a freaking small fuzzy the other day. She's always hungry. I gotta clean them too. That's what I'm doing today as well. But she took a, she always comes at me with mouth open now. She's always hungry. Get in there. Nope, that's my finger. That's my finger. Hold on. Here. Here. Grease pencil. Alright, anyway. This little guy, he's still growing, still eating. He's growing slow, though. It's fine with me. He's not breeding until next season, so I'm not worried about him. I got the baby rack put in my room. Oh, yeah, my area looks a little different. I moved this over to the side. The tub is in front there. Originally, I built this to put in the incubator, but I didn't trust, it was just scrap what I had kicking around, but I didn't trust the gaps, the tubs not to fall through the gaps. I still might actually just put this in the incubator and put the light grating over top of it. It's basically to create space between the heating element and the egg boxes. I don't want the egg boxes directly on top of the heating element, because even though they only incubate at like 80 degrees, that heat element is going to be higher than 80 degrees, which could cook the eggs. I don't want to play that game. So, I want to get her feeding. I'm actually kind of hoping she doesn't double clutch for me, because if she had complications with her first clutch, I don't want her having complications with her second clutch. So, I mean, I know how to handle it now, but I don't want to put her through that. So I'm gonna pause this here, and then we'll go down in the garage later. I'm about to do that in a couple minutes to go finish up the incubator and build another birdhouse, actually. While I'm up here, actually, I can just show you that. It has nothing to do with snakes. And I know most of you guys probably don't care, but I was bored, so I built a crappy birdhouse. And now I know I made the mistake of putting these parts on the outside, which made the roof part not flush with the back. So next time I put these parts, the side parts, on the inside, so that the back part will be flush with the back. But I mean, it's not a terrible little birdhouse. It's got its issues. There's like some gaps, but that'll be drainage, you know. If it rains and gets in there, then it'll drain out the bottom and not flood the place, flood the little birdhouse. But the geckos are still doing fine. I've actually debated getting rid of them, but I'll hold on to them for a little bit longer. Bearded Dragon is doing fine. She's gotten like twice the size she was. So we gotta clean her too. We gotta scoop out the lettuce bits. She likes to scatter her lettuce everywhere and then it gets all dried up in there. Anyway, I'm going to call this up here, do what I was going to do, go down in the basement, and I'll show you what's going on down there. Alright, in the garage, mice are still doing great. I gotta give some more food. That's why every time I come down here I do that. I moved mamas over into separate tubs to give birth, and it's working really well. As you can see, they're in closer, so it's a little bit less chilly. And yeah, I took half of these babies the other day and put them in the freezer. So I'm letting some of these grow up as replacement breeders. Yeah, they're they're doing great down here. So, which is good, because if I'm going to start putting eggs in the incubator, speaking of which, I want to start, I gotta peel that off. This has been drying for about 24 hours, so that's nice and solid. I just put it on there with a silicone sealant. I'm going to drill a hole in the side, run the heat pad in there. Usually I'd use heat tape, but that was about the same as 2 feet of heat tape, and I didn't have to wait for it. So, I was up at Petco, and I had two $10 or two $5 coupons. And now I'm going to build another birdhouse. So, I got a 1x8. I'm going to build myself a nice little birdhouse. That's it. Out. Okay, finished product. I stuck the thermometer on the front there. Plexiglass boxes. Grating and all that. Now I'm about to go plug it in. There's a heat pad on the bottom. I took my VE200 and I stuck it to the back with some industrial Velcro. And there we go. I'm about to go plug that bad boy in. I gotta patch this hole up on the side with some duct tape, and we're good to go. I'll let you guys know how it works. Oh, and I filled that gap in with that expanding foam insulation. It looks like crap, but it works. That's it. Out.